Hello BookTube, my April manga haul has finally arrived. What I do is every month I put in a pre-order for the following month's forthcoming volumes of manga in the series I actively follow and debut volumes of series I would like to try out. I put in this pre-order with Book People, the great bookstore in Austin, Texas. What Book People does is, over the course of the month, as the volumes come in, Book People will hold the volumes of my order until the order is complete, and then Book People will ship the order to me. This means that depending on when exactly the final volume or volumes of my order come in, I can expect my monthly manga haul to come in the first or second week of the following month. Although rarely I will get my order in during that release month. And sometimes it might take a little bit longer if Book People is busy, which is what happened this month. So, I contacted Book People earlier this week to find out if what was up with my order, because it's been about 2 weeks since the last volume had come in, and they got back to me and said that they had an influx of online orders that they had to fill, and so my shipment was delayed. So they mailed it off earlier this week, and it arrived today. So let's get going, because there are 12 volumes in this haul. Now, this particular haul is composed of 2 orders, because what I do is, when I start to work on my monthly haul, I check out Viz's website. Viz is one of the major manga publishers in English, and then I will check out Kodansha. And this month I ended up forgetting to check out Yin and Square Enix, because there are 2 series that I follow from them, and I forgot. So those 2 did a separate order for, and then asked Book People to ship both orders together. So anyway, so let's get started. I have these in alphabetical order, which is how I will put them in my catalog. So starting with Demons of the Shadow Realm, Volume 10 by Hiromu Arakawa. Ancient demons awaken to fight a new battle in an age-old war. Daigo and Sadomasochist have Hana and company on the ropes until a mysterious masked man arrives to turn the tide, convincing the demon wielders from Nishino village to beat a hasty retreat. Later, Asuma encounters father-son duo Roe and Ryu at the Tadera's lost house. Learning of their common enemy, he proposes the unthinkable, an alliance between the Kagomori clan and Higashi village. So, Demons of the Shadow Realm is from the same creator as Full Metal Alchemist. I have been enjoying the series for the most part, but the last volume or 2 has been a bit lackluster, I think. Next is Zom 100, Volume 19, by Haro Aso and Kotaro Takata. After spending years toiling away for a soul-crushing company, Akira's life has lost its luster. But when a zombie apocalypse ravages his town, it gives him the push he needs to live for himself. Now Akira's on a mission to complete all 100 items on his bucket list before he, well, kicks the bucket. Akira and the gang return safely to Earth from their space adventure, but they have one more mission to complete before they kiss Kyushu goodbye, getting ostrich eggs. The group heads to Oita to search a wildlife attraction for the long-legged birds. But this egg hunt proves no walk in the safari park when they encounter a savannah's worth of critters, and they're all zombified. The group seems to find savior in Nora, a fierce former animal caretaker, but this tiger tamer doesn't have anything nice to say about her own species. So, I really enjoyed a lot of Zom 100, but since Akira and I'm blanking on her name. No. They don't have a cast list in this volume. That is annoying. But the some of the later storylines I haven't been all that fond of. Next is A Record of Ragnarok, Volume 18, by Azychika on art, Shinya Umemura on plotting, and Takumi Fukui on scripting. The gods raise up whom they would destroy. Once every millennium, the gods assemble to decide if humanity is worthy of its continued existence or if it should be destroyed. When the verdict is destruction, the final battle between the gods and mortal heroes will decide the survival or extinction of the human race, a battle known as Ragnarok. Until now, humanity's champions have been heroes who fought with great skill, cunning, and magic. But with Nikola Tesla in the arena, they now have a hero who fights with the power of science. In his life, Tesla unlocked the secrets of the universe, including the ability to control gravity. But can this miraculous power stand up to Beelzebub's wielding a technique that is forbidden even in the depths of Helheim? So how will this fight go on? So I've been enjoying A Record of Ragnarok, especially the artwork, but it's hard not to say that the fights have been a bit repetitive because it's basically the same formula every fight. Next is Mission Yozakura Family, Volume 22 by Hitsuji Gondaira. Taiyo Sano has been on his own ever since his parents died. The only one who seems to care for him is his childhood friend and classmate Mutsumi Yozakura. But Mutsumi has a secret. She is the head of a family of spies. Kyoichiro, Hifumi, and Alpha head to the North Pole. On an uninhabited island, they finally find Neneo, stuck inside one of Dr. Mozu's labs. Kyoichiro declares the lab to be the Neneo dungeon and gives Hifumi and Alpha a quest to rescue Princess Neneo. So, this volume continues the adventures of Taiyo and Mutsumi's twin children, Hifumi and Alpha. The Summer Hikaru Died, Volume 7 by Mokumokuren. Standing before the horrific leg-lined fissure in Ashidori, Hikaru prepares to step inside as Yoshiki looks on. Will he return safely, or will their plan to close the hole leave Hikaru stranded on the other side? Meanwhile, in Udekari, Tanaka and his newly recruited assistant test their own method for sealing away the supernatural. As dangerous as leaving the holes open would be, closing them could prove to be fatal. It's been quite a while since I've read The Summer Hikaru Died, so really looking forward to this. Phantom Busters, Volume 3 by Neoshoco. Straight-A student Eugene Kodakeshi doesn't believe in ghosts, but his classmate Mogari Shishikuno is an exorcist who swallows them whole. Mogari can't see ghosts on his own, but once he and Eugene meet someone with the sight, there's only one path left. Form an exorcist club at school and embark on a high school life that's anything but normal. From karaoke battles with ghosts to run-ins with the student council, there's never a dull day in the lives of the Phantom Busters. But when they discover that Kanzaki is struggling with a certain hang-up concerning his psychic abilities, the crew decides to hold a sleepover to help him open up to them. So I've been enjoying, I enjoyed the first 2 volumes of Phantom Busters and looking forward to see where the series goes. Next is Ichi the Witch, Volume 2 by Osamu Nishi and Shiro Usazaki. Magic is alive and well in the world, inside beings known as magics. By completing a magic's trial, a witch can gain its power. However, only women can become witches or use magical items. All that changes one day when a young man named Ichi turns the world on its head by defeating an infamous magic and gaining its magical powers. After bringing Ichi to the Witches Association to prove his legitimacy as the first male witch, the association creates Team Descaras, consisting of the famous witch herself, Ichi, and a timid girl from the research department named Kumugi. The team's first mission is to defeat the magic ice shark Hisame. Upon the trio's discovery of villagers frozen in ice, Hisame announces her specific trial, to make her beautiful. While Descaras and Kumugi struggle, Ichi comes up with a surprising yet effective way to overcome this odd trial. So, I loved the first volume of Ichi the Witch, and I'm really looking forward to this one. Next is the sole debut volume of this haul, Bug Ego, Volume 1 by ONE and Kiyoto Shitara. Hitsuji's life is forever changed when his high school friend Kokudo reveals the secret of hacks. By following specific instructions found in a mysterious notebook, he can alter reality itself. Kokudo and Hitsuji experiment with the hacks and learn more about their strange nature. It's all fun and games at first, but when Kokudo uses a hack to go back in time, things take a dark turn. Hitsuji attempts to do the same thing, but if a hack's directions aren't followed precisely, the results can be devastating. Gokurakugai, Volume 5 by Yuto Sano. The troubleshooters of Gokurakugai are open for business. In a rundown town without law and order, Alma and Teo accept work from clientele of all creeds and cultures. And they're always ready to dole out justice against human-devouring monsters that lurk in the shadows. They'll take on any case as long as the price is right. After Alma's ferocious battle with Utsuro, the lovesick blood-lost Maga, Alma and Teo head for an abandoned mansion to investigate a series of unnatural deaths. There they encounter Nei, but she wasn't part of the mission briefing. Why is she here? And how does she know the culprit behind these deaths? So, I'm a bit torn about Gokurakugai. I initially rather liked the series, but recent volumes have been a bit disappointing. Next is DanDaDan, Volume 18 by Yukinobu Tatsu. The diorama board game that Momo and Zuma have cleared to secure their release turns out to be a cursed wicker trunk imprisoning an evil yokai called the Fairy Tale Card. The yokai quickly possesses Zuma and draws out Brella Boy's full power. then uses him to attack Okuron and the others, seriously injuring Momo. Just as all seems lost, Rokuro appears on the scene with the police. Next is Gachiakuta Volume 10 by Kei Urana. The border of life and death. Time has run out. The raiders have escaped, leaving the cleaners stuck in the giant trash beast hurtling towards the border. Every attempt to stop it has been met with failure. Now Noride stands between the cleaners and their own escape, and she's determined to bring everyone down with her, even if it means her own life is forfeit. What really waits at the border between the ground and the sphere, and can they survive it? So I've been loving Gachiakuta. And finally, the penultimate volume of Astro Royale, Volume 5, by Ken Wakui. Hibaru Yotsurugi, the only biological heir to the Yotsurugi Yakuza family, is caught in a power struggle with his adopted siblings over who will be the next boss. But when a meteorite crashes into Tokyo and people begin manifesting mysterious powers called Astros in the aftermath, their gang war becomes superpowered. In order to get their hands on Shikaba's piece of the Daybreak ore, Hibaru and Terasu participate in the Astro Battle Royale, a superpowered tournament hosted by the Japanese Yakuza Association. Hibaru's first opponent is a fireball-wielding fighter from the Ryurin clan. Will Hibaru be able to punch his way to the top? So I liked Astro Royale, although I can see why it's only lasted 6 volumes and about 50 chapters. Anyway, so to do a Steve Pyramid, Astro Royale Volume 5, Gachiakuta Volume 10, DanDaDan Volume 18, Gokurakugai Volume 5, Bug Ego Volume 1, Ichi the Witch Volume 2, Phantom Busters Volume 3, The Summer Hikaru Died Volume 7, Mission Yozakura Family Volume 22, Record of Ragnarok Volume 18, Zom 100 Volume 19, and Demons of the Shadow Realm Volume 10. So my plan is to get to these 12 volumes probably the last weekend of May. Because some of my other reading is taking priority, and I think will take a little bit more time than just the last weekend of May. So my goal is to get to these 12 the very last weekend of May, and I will do a Sunday April manga wrap-up on the 31st. So yeah. Anyway, so until I talk to you again on Monday, thank you, BookTube, and have a great rest of your weekend.